Hey guys, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars 2022 review. Today we're taking a look at the Dagobah Jedi training. This set will be releasing on April 26th for $80 here in the US. It comes at 1,000 pieces, is recommended for ages 18 and up. You get 3 minifigures, and obviously this is a depiction of the Empire Strikes Back Jedi training scenes from the 5th movie. Now I want to give a huge thanks to LEGO for providing this set for today's review. Of course, links are also down below in the description. If you guys want to pre-order it, it is available for pre-order as of right now. Also, I apologize if I sound a little nasally, a little sick. I am a little congested, but let's talk a little bit about the sets overall. There are actually 3 diorama sets. That's what they're calling this mini collection. They are all aimed at display sets, more oriented towards maybe the more adult side of things, but there are still plenty of things to love about it, even if you're just a general Star Wars fan, regardless of how old you are. But let's take a look at the box here. Of course, we have the black background that we've seen with all the 18 up adult collectors sets. You have the Dagobah Jedi training, the actual set itself here. It looks like something like the May the 4th promos that we've been getting for a little bit, but it looks a little bit obviously more grand, if that makes sense. As you turn towards the back of the box here, you have a couple different things. You have the dimensions on the bottom left of the box, and you have some different scenes from the movies on the right side, as well as some pictures of the interior and just other marketing tools and stuff like that. So the box is pretty cool. Now, 1,000 pieces for $80 already is a pretty good piece to price ratio, but of course we're not really going to take that into account. Let's talk about the build. So this is by far my favorite one of the diorama series, which is why it's my first review. I will be making reviews for all the other 2 sets coming out as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But this, I believe, is the biggest, and I also just think it's personally the coolest. So obviously we'll take a closer look here at all the great details. It is the Dagobah Yoda's hut. Essentially, it has great details, including lots of different transparent green pieces for the swamp, the color contrast between the tan Yoda's hut and some of the darker earth colors, and also just the brown colors for the tree and the vegetation. It does come together really well. But first, let's talk about the 3 minifigures that we're getting in the set. First off, we have a brand new R2-D2 who does have the mud printing throughout the figure, but he also has back printing as well, which is pretty cool. Now, R2-D2s usually don't get me too excited, but obviously this is just a greatly detailed minifigure. I love how we're getting the mud printing on not only the back and front of the torso, but also the back and front of the head. That is awesome. I feel like that's definitely a necessary figure to get in this set. We also do have Yoda, which does look like he has some updated printing, which is super, super nice. No leg printing, which I guess doesn't really make sense. He doesn't really need leg printing, but that still would have been a little cool to see. But you can see here the details here on the front torso and the back torso. Some of the cloth, some of the apparel that Yoda's wearing looks super realistic, which is nice. It has a color of about tan and a little bit of reddish brown, which looks super, super cool. And then last but not least, of course, you need the Jedi himself. Training in the set, you got Luke Skywalker. Now, he does come with 2 faces, which is nice. One is more of a concentrating face, like he's actually going to be doing the training. And then the other one is just more of a standard face, which looks super nice. As far as the torso prints and leg prints, I don't think anything stands out to me, but it does look super accurate. It looks like exactly what he's wearing in the movies, which is nice. And then he also does basically come with this little transparent piece, which you can hook onto any of the ground studs on the set, and it looks like he's actually doing the handstand, which is really, really cool. So like I said earlier, this set is definitely aimed at the more display-oriented people, maybe even generally adults or anyone who sort of just wants a display piece. This isn't really going to be a set that you're playing with. One of the things I love about all the diorama sets is they come with printed tiles exclusive to each of the sets. It says a quote from the iconic scene that you're rebuilding, and on this one, obviously, it says, "Do or do not, there is no try." Probably one of the most famous quotes from Yoda in the entire Star Wars story. And you also have a printed Lego Star Wars tile, which is really, really nice. In fact, as a mock builder, I love the fact that we got printed Lego Star Wars tile. I think we got Star Wars 2020. We've had different printed tiles that are similar to this, but I think this is the first one that says Lego and Star Wars in the first one, which is super, super cool. Now, around the entire border here, you have basically a mix of black tile and then some snot brick. There are some 1x2 grills along the side just to give it a little more color and a little more texture, but I love the black border. It looks super nice, and obviously, if you're invested in any of the mock building community for Lego Star Wars, especially on Flickr or Instagram, this is definitely going to look a little similar. Now, the only complaint I have about this set is that the bottom and the swamp is made up of only 1x1 elements. Now, this gets very tedious and very boring to build, so you spent a lot of time just putting 1x1 round studs, 1x1 tile, 1x1 plates around the bottom and the base of this to form the swamp. And you can see that there are all 1x1 tiles, which ends up looking nice, but I would have loved to get maybe 1x2 tiles, 1x3 tiles, maybe not make it 1x1. I'm not sure why they decided to go with 1x1 instead of maybe splitting it between that and larger tile. That was the only complaint about the build. Other than that, it was a really fun one. Another great detail here is the X-Wing wing, which is basically connected on this little hinge plate, so it looks like half of the X-Wing is basically submerged under the swamp, and you have the end of the wing, I believe the right top wing, suspended out of the swamp, so it makes it look like it's sort of sinking, which is a really cool detail. And then other fun, cool details here right behind R2-D2 to the side of the hut, there are some boxes. We have some of the light up lanterns, some other cool gadgets and gizmos, some boxes, just some really cool display pieces. And also around the entire hut, you can see here the vegetation. There are some stem pieces, both in, I think that's dark orange, and then also some reddish brown, some olive green pieces, and some tan pieces as well surrounding the hut, which looks super, super cool. Now, honestly, I was blown away by the detail of the Yoda's hut and the tree. I was honestly really, really expecting something a little less than this in terms of quality or just overall look and aesthetic, but it looks really, really nice. Yoda's hut is using a bunch of different slope pieces, round pieces, different things to contour to the angles of Yoda's hut, which looks really, really nice. And then right behind it here, you have the background of a bunch of different reddish brown arch pieces, which form the trees. You have some dark green tree leaves, some 5x6s, and some of the other like seaweed-esque pieces. So overall, it comes together really well, and it is a beautiful display piece. 3 minifigures, pretty much everything you would come to expect in the scene is included, and I think it's a great set. So again, guys, this releases on April 26th for $80. It is available for pre-order online if you guys want to go ahead and do that. I think this is the best display piece, the best diorama set that we got from all 3 of them. All 3 reviews are coming here on the channel, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of the Yoda's hut. Do you like it? Is this a day one pickup, or are you gonna maybe wait a little bit? Let me know down below in the comments, guys. Until then, I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.